Hey guys, it's Cher, and I'm on a never-ending conquest to make my skin look better than what it actually is. I don't know if you guys can tell by some of my recent videos, but I have been very unhappy with my skin lately. Over the past couple of years, when I've steadily started wearing makeup, I've become very self-conscious of what my skin looks like underneath the makeup. I'm sure a lot of people feel that way, but it's kind of led to me trying to find any and every way possible to make my skin look better. I have never been one to spend a lot of money on makeup or skincare products. I'm just very cheap in that regard, and basically in every single category of my life ever. So I've never used any type of good primer. The only primers I've ever tried under makeup are the $1 e.l.f. ones and the $3 hard candy ones. So since my latest insecurity is my ever-growing pores, today I'm finally trying what I consider to be a pretty high-end primer, the Benefit Porefessional Smoothing Face Primer. I'm sure you guys already know everything there is to know about this product, but I'm just gonna go over it anyway. It is an oil-free, lightweight, translucent, and silky face primer. It's supposed to help minimize the look of pores and fine lines and helps makeup stay in place. The makeup staying in place part, I don't really care about because I don't wear my makeup for long periods of time anyway. However, the smoothing quality of this makes it very tempting for me to try, because we all know I could benefit from that. Oh, Benefit, what do you know? I know that I'm literally the last person on earth to try this primer out because it's been around for so long, and I've heard so many good things about it that I'm honestly surprised I haven't tried it before. Now, you may have already noticed, but since I am so cheap, it is the mini size version and not the full size version. So this is the little tiny tube it comes in. It's adorable. Now, if I do end up liking this, obviously I don't care to spend the money to buy the full size version, but also I see the pros to the mini version just because I could easily pull it out of my purse if I'm traveling or if I would need to touch up my makeup for any reason. I can see how having this little tiny tube to carry around would be very convenient because it's mini and it fits everywhere. So if you want to watch me try the Benefit Porefessional Pore Smoothing Face Primer, then just keep watching. I am going to put a lot on because I just want to see how well it works. I've heard that you can either pat it into your pores or just smooth it all over your face. So I am going to try to pat the product in instead of just rubbing it everywhere. I feel like that gives it a better chance to fill in my pores, if that makes sense. I'm patting this into all the areas on my face that I really notice larger pores on. So basically all of it. Right away, I do notice that my skin feels a lot smoother in the areas that I put this on. Here's a before picture of what my pores looked like with nothing on versus what it looks like with the Porefessional on. I'm also gonna go ahead and just do my makeup to see how smooth it looks afterwards. All right, I'm back with all my makeup on, and so far as I can tell, I think I like this primer. One thing I did notice is that it does tend to cling to any dry areas of my face, but everything else does too, makeup related. Just something to keep in mind if you have dry skin. I am gonna do one last check-in later just to see how it holds up, so I'll see you guys later. I'm back! Unfortunately, when I got home, I looked in the mirror and I noticed that the Porefessional kind of looks like it's making my foundation separate where I put it on my face. I could try to use this with another foundation, and don't get me wrong, I will, because I really like how it looked when I first put it on and I liked how it blurred everything. But this is one of my foundations I wear all the time. I'm gonna have to work on getting the primer to not separate on my face, especially on my nose. For reference, I put the Porefessional on before I put on the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I've also used the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation recently a lot, so I'm gonna have to use that soon and see if the primer separates under that too. But I definitely still like the primer, and I'm just gonna try to perfect how I use it and how I apply it and what I apply it with. All right, I think that's all I had to say about this product. 5 hours later. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you check out some of my other skincare and makeup videos that I'll have linked in the description box below. I have many of them and none of which are helpful, but all of which are entertaining because they're all fails. Also, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Comment down below your thoughts on this primer. If you have used it before, tell me what you think of it, and if you haven't, then let me know what your favorite face primer is. Bonus points if it helps with pores, because sadly, I would pretty much do anything to get my pores to look smaller. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!